What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're with Chris, and today I'll be wrapping up what I thought was a pretty quiet week as we move into the end of July already, which is pretty scary in itself, isn't it? So what did I get up to this week? Now, first of all, I did put up my review video for The Fall by Ryan Cahill, his prequel novella for his series The Bound and the Broken. I smashed through it in no time flat. I was so impressed with the writing and the world building that I had to fast track his first book in this series of Blood and Fire, which I will be reading next month. I can't wait because it ignited my appetite for his writing, and really looking forward to that. I also put up my reading possibilities for August, which is a bit of a list. I have about 8 or 9 books in total, so I've got my work cut out for me, but I'm going to seize this with both hands and have a really good August. A lot to get through, particularly with a late edition, which is The Lost Metal, which is book 4 in the Mistborn Era 2 series. I am going to be doing another buddy read with John over at Talking Story, and I'm really excited about that. He will notify me when he has a date in mind so that we can both be ready and go for it as we both continue on our Cosmere journeys, so that we're ready for Wind and Truth, which is book 5 in the Stormlight Archive that is due for release in December. So bring it on. It's going to be a very busy month, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I also finished and put up my review for Tom Clancy's Act of Defiance by Andrews and Wilson. If you haven't caught that video, please do, because it is a 5-star read. Andrews and Wilson are new time contributors to the Ryanverse, and because it's a series close to my heart, because it is my favourite series of all time, it needs to be looked after for me, right? And Andrews and Wilson smashed it out of the park. They had a really good crack at their first go in the series, and I was so impressed with it, but I go into a lot more detail with the review, so please check it out, because what they did for the series is fantastic. They paid homage to the series, they treated it with respect, and they brought back 2 key legacy characters, which is fantastic. And Katie Ryan, Jack Ryan's youngest daughter, is a force of nature. I really had a blast with the book. It did take me a little bit longer to read than I thought. I did read Dawn Shard in between, which was fantastic, but had a bit of not as much time this last week as I normally would, but I smashed the last third of the book out in pretty much a single sitting. It was that good, and the climax was nail-biting and intense, and I'm just really happy with the efforts they went to with this book. As to what I'm reading currently, last night, being the Saturday night just gone, I picked up The Dream Home by T.M. Logan, Britain's pretty much #1 psychological thriller author at the moment. He is responsible for a couple of book hangovers that I went through reading his books, because they are up late finishes. This one is fantastic so far. I'm about what am I in, let's see, 63 pages in, and I plan on putting aside some time today, being Sunday here in Australia, to have a damn good crack at it, because I need to be finished by Monday so that I can start another read to close off the month. But this one is about a family who move into a new home, or not a new home, but a pre-existing home, and Adam, the father, finds a hidden compartment that has a dresser, and he opens up the drawers, and there are possessions inside which spark off events that really put the family through a harrowing experience. So really looking forward to that. It's only a short one. It's about 400 pages, but it reads very quickly. Tim actually is very good at pacing with his books, so I plan on reading a fair chunk of this afternoon, and maybe, just maybe, I might finish it late tonight. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's talk about next week's reading. So to close out July, I've got 3 days next week that I've budgeted myself for to start and finish The Tennessee Killers by Jethro Wegener, a self-published author who I had the pleasure of reading the first book in his Duke Gibbs thriller series, and now I've got the second one here ready to go. I did promise Jethro that I would actually read and review his book on the channel, so this is next in line before I start my ambitious list for August. But looking forward to it. It's not overly long. I think I should crack through it at a pretty good pace, and there's a lot of short chapters here as well, which is a key ingredient to any good thriller book, and looking forward to reviewing this on the channel and sharing it with you. Now, my first book of August, which will be started next week as well, is going to be All the Colours of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. It is getting really good attention on YouTube at the moment. People are loving it. It's being hailed as people's favourite read of the year to date. So you can't really argue with that. As I've mentioned in previous videos, it's very well endorsed by famous writers. So I'm looking forward to kicking off my August with that one. And then it'll be on to Of Blood and Fire. So lots of good stuff happening. Also, towards the end of next week, I will be posting my monthly wrap-up video, which of course will include my book of the month, which I'm yet to decide upon because I'm not quite finished for the month yet, but it's going to be interesting to see if I manage to reach my 100-page average count. We'll see how that goes, but that is it for my weekly update for this week, guys. Only a short one, but thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will continue to deliver the best content I can. Offer up any feedback below, but until the next video, happy reading.